Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Brev. Welcome to another MLB The Show video. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a complete beginner's guide to how the community market works in MLB The Show. For all you new guys coming over from Xbox that have played other Ultimate Team modes, it's a lot different in MLB The Show, and I think it's different for the better. If you guys could, I would greatly appreciate a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. I post a ton of helpful MLB The Show content on this channel, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it throughout the year. So in this guide, we're going to be going from ground zero, the very basics of the community market and how it works in MLB The Show. For you veterans, there are still some niche stuff in here that even I didn't know about for a long time, so stick around for that. There is stuff in this video for you as well, but mostly the goal of this guide is to catch new players up to speed so they know what they're getting into when they start making marketplace transactions in Diamond Dynasty. And of course, for you veterans as well, if I missed anything in this video, please drop it down in the comment section below so we can get all the information out there for everyone. I'm really good at forgetting at least one thing when I make these types of videos, so help me out down in the comment section. So just like with the last video I posted on day one market tips, which you can find in the description below, I will be using MLB The Show 20 footage just to show you how the marketplace works. It's been the same way for many years, so it will be like this in MLB The Show 21, and this is a good way to give you guys a nice frame of reference. Obviously, these tips are for MLB The Show 21. Alright, first things first, we touched on this in more detail in the last video I did, so make sure you check that one out. But as far as buying packs on MLB The Show, if you guys are coming over from other Ultimate Team game modes, you do not have to buy packs to make stubs on this game, which is the equivalent of coins in Madden Ultimate Team. You can buy these directly from the store with money. So as you can see in the store right here, we can just straight up buy stubs and then use those stubs in the marketplace for any players that we want. Or if we want to use the stubs to buy packs, we can do that as well. The best deal you could say that you could get in the store is 150,000 stubs. That is $100, and they do stub sales throughout the year to make this a little bit cheaper, 20 to 50% depending on the sale they're doing. And like I said, you absolutely do not have to buy packs in Diamond Dynasty, but you can if you want to. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but as a general rule, packs are a loss in the long run in terms of stubs. So no money spent, guys. I would stay away from buying packs at all times pretty much. And for you money spenders, just make sure you're okay with losing stubs and that you're ripping packs for fun. When you buy packs on this game with stubs, it is a risk, so just make sure it's a risk you're willing to take and you're okay with losing stubs. You'll notice I very carefully walked around a very popular G word just now. That's the YouTuber life. Your boy's got to pay for his mini goldfish packets somehow. So with that out of the way, let's dive into how transactions actually work on the MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty marketplace. As you can see on screen, there are two different prices at any given time for each card. Those are labeled as buy now and sell now. There's a cool dynamic on how transactions work where both buyers and sellers can take a cheaper or higher price if they want to save time and not wait for the transaction to go through later. And this is a very core principle of how people make stubs when they flip cards in MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty. Just to show you, on this Dinelson Lamet card, I have two of my four options right away being buy now and sell now. So if I absolutely wanted this card immediately, I could buy him now for $14,000. I'll go ahead and do that. Now I have the card. And if I had the card already and I wanted to sell him, but I didn't want to wait and I just wanted the price that it shows me on screen right now, I could go ahead and sell now at 5111. I'm not going to do that on this card in particular right now because I'm actually losing about 300 stubs if I do this. That will be a tip later on. So you can buy now and you can sell now. If you want to buy now, you're going to be overpaying. If you want to sell now, you're going to be getting less stubs than you could have if you waited. So let's talk about the other two of the four transaction types, which is buying a card and waiting and selling a card and waiting. And I just realized my webcam was showing the lowest price for buy now, so my apologies. This is probably the most confusing part of the marketplace for new players because it's technically opposite of what you would think. So if I wanted to buy this card and I wanted to wait to get a better price, what I would actually put up for create buy order would be 5501. This puts me at the top of the list under sell now, even though I'm the buyer, and you can see it just went through 5501 in the top left corner. So then what I could do, this is how people make stubs, I could go ahead and create a sell order, and then my price would be $14,399. That would put me at the top of the list for buy now because I now have the lowest price. Obviously these margins are crazy because it's a week before the game comes out and nobody cares about these cards anymore. You're not going to be rocking with 7K stub flips every time, but that's just generally how it works. So just as a recap one more time, if I wanted to buy this card but I wanted to wait to get the best price, I would look at the orders under sell now, and I would overcut that price. I would always just overcut or undercut by one stub. The marketplace is always going to just put the most expensive price under sell now at the top and the least expensive price under buy now at the top. So if you do more than one stub on these transactions, you're really not gaining anything, and people aren't going to get offended if you undercut them or overcut them by one stub. So if I want to buy this card and I want to wait, I'm going to go to buy, create buy order, and I'm going to put one stub above the highest price on sell now. So that's 5502. Now I have the highest order. If my order stays the highest and someone decides to sell now, I will get their card for that price. They will get 5502 for their card, and I will buy the card for 5502. And if I wanted to sell a card and I wanted to wait to get the best price, I would go to sell, create sell order, and I would undercut the top number under buy. So that would be 14398. Now if somebody doesn't want to wait, they just want the card right now, they can buy mine for 14398. I will get 14398. They will pay 14398. I went ahead and canceled all those orders I just did because I don't want this many Dinelson Lamets, but I hope that made sense for you guys. And in terms of my general advice, basically every transaction I've ever done in the history of MLB The Show, I have waited. It is just worth it. I've never been in such a hurry that I'm willing to take, in this case, a 9,000 stub loss to sell the card, or overpay by 9,000 stubs to get the card right now. Especially early in the game cycle, cards are going to be flying off the shelves. These transactions are going to be occurring extremely quickly with how many people are playing. And so as a best practice, when you're going to sell a card, it's best to put it under buy now at the lowest price and wait. And if you're buying a card, it's best to put it at the highest price under sell now and wait. Obviously, as you can see from every card on the marketplace right now, this creates an arbitrage opportunity, which basically is a financial term for risk-free profit. And so I could sit here and flip Garrett Cole all day. I could buy them for 5501 and turn around and sell him for 11999, and I would make 5k a card. This is how people flip and make stubs. Once again, it's the end of the game cycle on 20, so these prices will not look like this. It's actually pretty hard to find good margins early on in the new game cycle, but I'm just showing you for reference. And so you can kind of infer from this that the way the marketplace works, there is no such thing as sniping. Those of you coming over from Madden or FIFA, you guys know you sort by 59 minutes, you look for the most recently posted cards and you try to snipe them. For like this Garrett Cole, you could try to snipe him for like 1,000. That doesn't work on this game at all. The game is always going to prioritize the order in a way that's going to prevent people from posting their cards way too low of a price. I'll even show you right now. If I tried to post a Garrett Cole for 1,000 stubs, it pops up the message, your price is less than the quick sell value of 5,000. That's another tip we'll get to later. And so here's a better example with 99 Eddie Matthews, who's actually selling at the stub cap for one card, which is 1,000,000 stubs at the moment. If I went and I tried to sell this card for 5,500 stubs, it would pop up with a message, a better option is already available. Obviously, I can sell now and get 1,000,000 stubs, so the game's not gonna let me post this card up for 5,500. So that may be kind of a bummer for you guys who love sniping and love working the marketplace that way in other games, but I can assure you that flipping in the way that it's done on this game is very lucrative if you know what you're doing, and it just takes a little bit of time. One very quick thing I want to mention as well, so be careful when you're on the marketplace, the buy now and sell now options do not actually give you a warning prompt. Maybe they'll fix this for MLB The Show 21, but it's been this way for many years. If I'm working the marketplace really fast and I'm going through a bunch of menus like this and I accidentally hit buy now, it's just gonna go through. It doesn't say warning, it doesn't say anything. Same thing with sell now. I'm going through, I'm making a ton of sell orders, I'm going very fast, and I accidentally hit sell now. It goes through without telling me. So that's just something I wanted to mention because I've done that on accident several times before and it always is terrible. And here's a quick little math trick for you guys who are planning on flipping come MLB The Show 21. This is the math you need to do to figure out your break-even point. So let's say I have this 5,111 stub order and it goes through and I buy Dinelson Lamet for that price. In order to figure out what price I need to sell that card at to break even and not lose stubs, I would take the 5,111 and multiply it by 1.111, repeating however many ones you want to do, the more exact it's going to be. So doing this math, it would show that I need to sell Dinelson Lamet for 5,679 in order to make 5,111 after tax. Every market transaction on this game takes 10% tax, and that's pretty standard throughout most Ultimate Team game modes. On the flip side, if I was trying to sell this card and I wanted to know how many stubs I was going to make after tax, so let's say I had this 13,999 stub order, I would take 13,999 and I would multiply it by 0.9. This would show that after tax, I'm going to make 12,599 stubs on this sale. When you get really good at this and you can start estimating in your head, you can really start to see what margins are good and bad in the marketplace. Alright, so now let's talk about quick sell values. Every type of card in the game has what's called a quick sell value or a base price. When you quick sell a card, it basically disappears into the nether, never to be seen again, and the game gives you tax-free prices. The quick sell value for diamond cards is 5,000 stubs. The quick sell value for gold cards is 1,000 stubs. The quick sell value for silvers is 100 stubs. The quick sell value for bronzes is 25 stubs. And the quick sell value for commons is 5 stubs. So this is very important as cards start to creep downwards towards their quick sell value, that you are making the right sell decision with these cards, especially when you're opening a pack like I'm doing right now and it shows you the sell now price right below the card. So I took Garrett Cole out of this pack, and now you can see it tells me my options are sell now, which I can do for 5,015 stubs, or quick sell for 5,000. The third option you have is to just take this card to your inventory and then post it at a higher price under buy now. That's obviously my advice, as I said earlier. But if you're just planning on quick selling this card, you must understand the distinction of taxes and no taxes and how these quick sell values work. So I absolutely do not want to sell now for 5,015 stubs, even though the number is bigger than 5,000. The reason being, the 5,015 stub price is from the marketplace and will be taxed 10% when I do it. That means I'll be getting around 4,500 stubs by clicking this option. Instead, what I want to do is I want to quick sell for 5,000. That basically gives the card to the server and no actual person, and this 5,000 stubs is not taxed. So by quick selling, I'm getting 5,000 stubs, and by selling now at 5,015, I'm getting 4,500 stubs. So obviously quick selling is the better option. This is only really prevalent early on with like bronzes and silvers. Golds and diamonds don't really creep down towards quick sell value for a long time in the game cycle, but it is just a good principle to know. So that was most of the really juicy stuff. I hope that was helpful for you guys, and of course if you have any questions, drop them down below. Now we're gonna get into some smaller stuff that's still good to know. So when you're on the marketplace and you're on a card and you click X, which is the main button, this will be A on Xbox. You have buy sell options. That'll pull up the options for just this card. You also have my active orders, which will show you all the orders you have currently in place that haven't been fulfilled. So this is if you're trying to sell or buy at a higher price and you're waiting for somebody else to buy it. And the really cool thing about MLB The Show, the last option is completed orders, and it actually tracks every single order you've ever done for the entire game cycle. You can see I have 459 order pages. If I was to go to page 459, it would literally show me the first transaction I ever did on like March 13th when the game came out. So if you're putting up a bunch of orders and you're starting to lose track of who's where, just make sure you're looking at my active orders to see what still hasn't gone through, and look at completed orders to see what has gone through. It should also be mentioned that there is a cap to how many orders you can have in place at one time. But yeah, there's always going to be a max number of orders you can have out at one time, and that makes sense for market control purposes. Here's a really cool quality of life thing they added this past year as well. You can hit triangle or Y on Xbox to pull up the card, and you can go over to marketplace and it will actually show you the last 30 days of transactions and their rough prices for this card. So the blue is sell now and the orange is buy now. You can see 30 days ago on March 11th, this card's buy now price was around 62,500 stubs all the way to the right of the screen. And today it's right around 87,500 stubs. So that's a good way to track and see, hey, this guy's price has gone up 20K in the last 30 days. You can actually use this to your advantage when you're opening packs. This is a tip I didn't know about for several months this year. And just as an aside for you guys who are coming from like Madden or something, when you get a choice pack, you can look at the choices and then back out. That is not an option on MLB The Show 20. Remains to be seen if they will update that for MLB The Show 21. But as of right now, when you open a choice pack, you cannot back out and you must choose a card. So that's good to know, especially on high value choice packs like World Series rewards and stuff like that. But let's say I accidentally opened this pack and I don't know the prices of any of these cards. I don't know which three of these guys is the most expensive. what I can do is I can hit triangle or Y, and then I can look at marketplace on the card. I can see the last 30 days, and I can tab over to locations, which is a tab that shows you where this card is obtainable. And of course, since he's buyable and sellable on the marketplace, community market is an option. And now under community market, it actually shows me his buy now and sell now spread. So then I can make a note, okay, if I picked Dinelson Lamet, I could sell him for $14,795. If I picked Garrett Cole, I could sell him for $13,000. And if I picked Ronald Acuna Jr., he's selling for $19,000. So obviously I would pick Ronald Acuna Jr. here. And this is really useful because I can't actually back out of this pack. As you can see right here, I'm hitting circle. It won't let me leave. I have to choose a card. So if you have a pack that you have opened and you need to decide which card is selling for the highest, look at the card and look at locations. You can also view market cards individually from your inventory. This is especially useful when you're doing the live series collection where you're trying to get all 40 live series cards for each team. You can see I'm missing Cesar Valdez here, so if I wanted to finish out the Orioles with the last 2 cards, I could click on this card, say view in market, and then it will just pull up his card, and then I can go from here and do a buy order or a sell order. So you can just scroll through these teams, and if you're missing a card that you want, you can just click on them, view in market, and it pulls it up right there. And finally, from your inventory, there's a really cool feature. If you just want to clean out your inventory and you're not worried about min-maxing your profits, you can see I have a ton of duplicates in my inventory right now. Obviously you're going to have less of these early on in the year, but if I just wanted to clean out my bronzes, I can click on the card quick sell options and then quick sell duplicates. This will obviously sell every card that I have at quick sell value except for one. So it prompts me and asks me if I want to quick sell 2 of these bronze cards for 50 stubs. I say yes, and I still have one of them around, and then I was able to get rid of only my duplicates at quick sell price, which we mentioned earlier. And of course, this video wouldn't be complete without me showing you the shownation.com, which has now been renamed to the show.com. This is a way for you to access the marketplace through your computer or your phone. There currently is no app for the game, but you can use your web browser to get to the show.com. As you can see here, I can go to community market, then I can look at these cards. Let's see, I wanted to buy Fergie Jenkins. I could click on him. It takes a minute to load, and this stuff usually takes a week or 2 to really get rolling every single year to update the servers and stuff. But from here you can see I can buy now, or I can create a buy order. I can sell now, or I can create a sell order. It shows me the current orders and the last transactions that have occurred, and this is the same last 30 days graph that is on the card in game. On the Show Nation, you can actually look at your inventory as well, so you can see what cards you have and don't have straight from the web browser. It's not loading, but I'm sure you guys get the point. So that's about everything I had to say. I hope this video was very helpful for you guys. Again, if I missed anything, please let me know down below, and friendly reminder to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. I can't wait to pump out so much amazing content for you guys this year in MLB The Show 21. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.